Hey everyone, and welcome back to Remember This Tech. As you see behind me, got the first Mac G4, the Graphite Power Mac G4. Today we're going to see if we can abuse this thing and shove Tiger 10.4.6 on there. Now, it's supposed to be able to run it, but we're going to have to do a few things like upgrade the RAM. See if we can get up to 1 gig. We'll see how much RAM we have that works and go from there. I'm going to have to burn a Tiger ISO onto a DVD because the USB ports on here are USB 1 and that's just not going to cut it. And upgrade it from Mac OS 9.22 to Tiger 10.4.6. Come on, let's get going. We will come over to the RAM and I'm going to try to add some more RAM, and I have some PC100 and PC133. Hopefully I can get 4 sticks of 256 meg, and if I can, then I can get up to 1 gig of RAM in this sucker, which will be awesome. Let's fingers crossed see what I got. Some may not work because they're old, but what can I do? A little short on this system RAM right now, but I found a 512 meg stick of PC133 out of nowhere, so maybe we can get it to the 1 gig mark. I didn't think I had any of those old sticks, but it depends on what we got here and the capacity of some of my RAM, because yeah, sometimes it's old and doesn't work, you know. Hello, it's 25, 30 years old. And let's see. So I get all the banks full. Only one of the original sticks, which should be 256 meg, was left in here. So if that's the case, we could get up to 1.25 gig, but I don't know if we're going to have to mess around. So we got the new SSD over here, the original 400 megahertz CPU for the G4. And hopefully we got beefed up RAM enough we can actually do something with that OS. Fingers crossed, button this back up and do a test run and see if we get anywhere, okay? Holding down the Windows key, which should be the Option key under a Windows keyboard for a Mac, which is hopefully what we need to do. What we've got here is Mac OS 10.4.6 Tiger on the 400 megahertz G4. See if we can get it installed and see if it'll run at all. And then we'll see if we can get this to work. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to install Tiger 10.4 if it takes it. And then we're going to see how it runs. Here's our drive. Cannot install on this volume. So in order to do that, we're going to go to utilities, we're going to go to disk utility and format the drive. So we erase the disk and did Mac OS journal, then we got this untitled. Yes, install. Well, let's do its thing. I'm going to check the installation DVD. How great is this? Apparently it's got some different setups phases, so now it's starting to write. So yeah, it says 8 minutes, but as you can see, the timer counter is going up a bit. I estimate it'd probably take 20 minutes. Right. So it said 100% complete on the installation, and that took what? Oh, I don't know, 6-7 minutes. Now it's like 40 minutes for the configuring the installation, and it keeps going up. That's the benefits of having a 400 megahertz G4 processor. It kind of slows everything to a crawl. So I had to hold down C on the startup for the Mac OS Tiger because it wasn't I don't know, it wasn't coming up at first, and I don't know why. Maybe the PRAM, the configuration, I don't know. This may or may not be the official first startup of Mac OS Tiger. And yeah, we only have a 400 megahertz CPU, but the RAM's been upgraded. So let's see if we can get it to load, shall we? Oh, that took forever, but look, it's loading. It is. It really does look like it's loading. Look at the beach ball. The beach ball. Can you see the beach ball? Yeah, I still have to work out a pass-through. I don't have a capture card for this, so yeah, about that. Of course, you can't ID my keyboard because I have a Windows keyboard, obviously. Yeah, we're back at this after a third reboot, and we're seeing if it'll come back to life. Look at that. Now it's kind of zooming through. Maybe it just needed a tweak or something. I don't know. Don't know for real. So I'm back to the keyboard thing. I couldn't click on this before. Okay, but now let me. So that's a step in the right direction. So. Alright, we are at the desktop, and we got our first desktop look, but we also have errors. This is Mac OS 10.46 Tiger, everyone. Look at the desktop on the first Power Mac Graphite G4 400 megahertz system. Yeah, pretty awesome about this Mac. Alright, look at that, 800 meg of memory. That is pretty awesome. 800 meg of memory. And then we have 400 megahertz G4. There's your Mac OS Tiger 10.46. And I suppose we could see if there's an update, but that'll take 15 years, so we won't do that right now. And I love this iconic taskbar on the bottom, you know. And I love how it's the big icons, you know. It's kind of like still has some of that held over today for certain things, you know. But you know, you got your Finder here, your dashboard, applications. Let's take a quick look while we're in here what it came with. Just your normal stuff: address book, automation, dictionary, DVD player, iChat. If you had a camera, of course, but we don't. Sync, quick player, QuickTime player, Safari. System preferences, utilities. And utilities, you know, all the stuff you would think of is disk utility, MIDI, activity monitor. And that didn't take that long to launch that. Disk usage, CPU. Say, I hate this graph. I mean, what can I really tell about that, you know? Well, we're using half of our memory, a little bit less, but seems like a good sweet spot for this. I mean, if you had a gig, it would be better, but hey. So we're not using tons of CPU either. So not too shabby. And it doesn't feel slow, you know, like you think it would. One of the beauty of Mac OSX 10.4 and most Mac OS is that they streamline it. They really tweak it, try to get the most out of it, I think. Except for some of the newer ones are kind of a little bit bloated in my opinion, but comment below if you think modern Mac OS is bloated compared to these versions. And obviously you got disk utility, and here we are. Used up 5 gig of space. Really didn't use anything. So how nice. How nice. The only thing left now is maybe to find a game to play, you know, or, you know, we're not going to really get on the web, and I don't think you should anyways with this old OS, but plus the video card is pretty anemic and it's not going to handle it. Neither is the processor. So we already looked at the applications. Movies, nothing there. Music, pretty stripped down, but you know, that's what we have. So my final thoughts on this upgraded G4 Power Mac Graphite, the first one that Apple came out with. You know, 800 meg of RAM was definitely over double what we had. and the fact that we got an SSD in here and we were able to get Tiger on here, that's not too shabby. I'm not gonna come out and say that this system ran really fast with Tiger on there, because it did not. But however, it didn't run nowhere near as slow as I thought it should or would have, given the CPU speed. So I guess that speaks volumes for how Apple fine-tuned those operating systems. Who knows, if I go further with this system, I could probably squeeze in a faster CPU, and definitely needs a faster graphics card, right? So to me, it was just fun squeezing out a little bit more life out of this antiquated but first Power Mac G4 system. I wouldn't count it out for me doing future videos with this system. Thanks for watching. Remember this tech.